Hi guys, blessings to all. It's your girl Kenyatta from We Gonna Talk About It. Hi my peoples, how y'all doing? I hope all is well. Your girl is outside on her break. You know how I do it. Your girl gotta go home and cook today. So when y'all see me at work filming, it's cause I got a busy evening to go home to. It happens, sometimes I give you the vlog at home, sometimes I give it to you outside. I'ma get it in where it fit it in. Okay. Anyway, guys, our topic of the day is, have you ever walked away from death? Have you ever walked away from death and you wonder how you did that? You didn't do it. That's why. God did. Like DJ Khaled says, God did. God did. God is control of all of this. I want to tell y'all something. I was going to talk about something else today, but sometimes things happen and I might get a phone call or somebody might tell me something and I feel like it's necessary to stop what I was going to talk about on this day or another day. My husband called me, make a long story short, my husband called me about a half an hour before I was about to go on my break. I could tell that there was something wrong because his voice was a little like shaken. My husband called me, he told me, babe, you won't believe what happened to me. My truck blew up. Yes, I said it. His truck that he drives every day, it caught on fire. The police came, the fire truck came, they put the fire out. He said the whole front of the truck is burned to a crisp. The hood of the truck, basically, it popped off because of the fire that was underneath it. The engine caught on fire, or the plugs, whatever. We don't know at this point. The fireplace was still there investigating it. Anywho, to make a long story short, my husband drives for a company that basically he delivers for. He said that 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, his truck was driving funny and he knew something was wrong. So he took it to the mechanic because he's supposed to take care of the truck. He drives it every day. He took it to the mechanic that the company is affiliated with and that they have a contract with. He took it there and the mechanic told him that there was something electrical wrong with the truck and that it would take him like a day or two to fix it. Make a long story short, the company had, of course, they have other trucks. So they gave my husband another truck that he hated because he only liked driving his truck. But anywho, they gave him another truck for him to drive while his was in the shop. Okay, the 2 days came, he picks up the truck, blase, it's all good. He drove that truck for 2 weeks. He said he didn't feel any problem, nothing was wrong with it. And today, he said literally, he was in his truck. He said he was filling out a forms. He drove to another location. He went inside the facility that he was making the delivery to. And he said, I deliver to these people mostly all the time, so I see the same faces. He said he's in the facility talking to the guys, just shooting the breeze, killing time. And he said a man runs in the facility and says, oh my God, somebody's truck is on fire. It's on fire. He said he didn't think nothing of it because there's mad more trucks there. Like there's a whole bunch of truck drivers over there delivering stuff. He said he happened to just go outside because he was being nosy. And he said when he went outside, he couldn't believe it was his truck on fire. So guys, I don't mean to laugh. It's just that my husband can be a little comical sometimes. So he said when he saw it was his truck on fire, he couldn't believe it. He said the whole front of the truck was on fire. He said it looked like something out of the movie Final Destination. And he kept saying, oh my goodness. Let me tell you what my husband said. This is a routine. He does this every day. You know what I'm saying? He said today of all days, Listen to this, guys. Today of all days. He said usually when he makes a delivery, the first thing he does is he sits in the van and he pulls out the paperwork and start filling it out so that when he goes inside, they just sign and he's out of there. He said he didn't do that today. Something, he said, told him, do it when you get back in the van. He took the whatever he needed to deliver to that location. He took it inside and was just chit-chatting with the guys. He had a couple minutes to spare. He said, babe, I'm telling you, it was literally 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Do you know if my husband would have stayed in that truck, it would have blown up with him in it? And when I say blown up, I'm not talking like it just kept caught on fire. There was a noise, like he said, like it blew up, like a bomb was in it. But it wasn't a bomb. It's just because the engine caught on fire. The hood combusted, they call it. Forgive me if I'm making up words, but I don't remember exactly what he was saying. But the hood came off because of all the heat that was underneath it. Also, it is 95 degrees where we live, so the heat index is very high. Anyway, the fire department, the police came. Of course, they got the truck. They watered it down. My husband said the back of the truck looked like nothing happened to it, but the whole front of the truck is burned to a crisp. He said it looked like if you touch it, it's just it's gonna turn to ash. Okay. But he kept saying that 5 minutes he would have been in the truck. I told him, honey, you forgot. Let me remind you, because while he was talking, I let him talk because I knew he was a little touched by this situation. I could tell by his voice. I let him finish talking. I said, baby, it's not how that happened. It's who did it. I said, first of all, we got Jesus in our life. That's number one. You know how much I pray for my family, safe being? How much I pray for my husband, driving this truck every day in this traffic and people driving crazy and driving drunk. The hours that he has to leave for work sometimes in the morning, his hours change. So listen, I am always praying for my son and my husband, okay? God had him. The 5 minutes that he took inside that he did not use to do that paperwork in the van, God was leading him out of the truck so that when it caught on fire, he was not in there. It's that simple. If you don't believe in Jesus, these are the things that will make you believe. People think that they just walking away from stuff because they walking away from it. No, heck no. You're walking away from things every day because of Jesus. I was hospitalized 2 times. Like I told y'all, my kidneys was failing. You think I think that them doctors saved me? No, they didn't do that. God did. God did. Just like DJ Khaled said, God did. Okay? This is what he does. Be a believer, guys. God will take you out of situations that you are not meant to be in. My husband was not meant to be in that truck today. It's as simple as that. At that time, when that truck blew up and caught on fire, my husband wasn't supposed to be in it, and he was not. It's just that simple. And poor thing, he was so discombobbled, he couldn't, he wasn't thinking straight. But I had to remind him, and he said, babe, you're right. He said, you so right. I know why I wasn't in there for that little 5 minutes. It's happened to him before. When 9/11 came and the World Trade Center, the plane went into it, my husband was supposed to go there that day for a job interview. I'll never forget this. I worked in Brooklyn at that time at the Brooklyn Army Terminal. And literally, you could see Manhattan from the other side because I was working on the other side of the water. I actually saw the first plane go into the building. That's how close, my job was. You could take the ferry and go to Manhattan from my job in Brooklyn, in Red Hook. When I tell you, I was on my knees praying that something stopped my husband from going to that interview, which would have been God. He didn't go. You know, he didn't go. He was like, he didn't go. Something told him don't go. It wasn't going to be worth his time. The money wasn't going to be, and he did not go. That was God again. It was simply God. This is what he does. God has a way of removing you from situations that he does not want you in. He was not supposed to be there, and God didn't take him there. He made sure he stayed home. It's as simple as this, guys. I know it sounds so simple. It is, because this is what God do. So, the fire, back to my husband's story, I get off the topic. Don't come for me. Your girl always do this. I ain't changing. So he said the fire people came, they watered the truck down and everything. My husband said not one item was burned in the back of the car. And he delivers like a lot of truck parts like that are going into other trucks. So he said he had an engine on the pallet that was all wrapped up. He said that's the only thing he couldn't get off because he has to drive a forklift up in the truck to put that in and to take it out. It's only his job to put it in the truck with the forklift, and then when he goes to deliver it to the facility that he's delivering it to, it's their job to take it off with their forklift. So he didn't get to the place that he was delivering it to because it caught on fire. So now he's waiting for his job to send another driver in another truck so that they could fit this big engine or motor or whatever that's in the back into the new truck and put all the other parts that he had in that truck. He said, babe, when I tell you that I'm going to be blacker than Wesley Snipes when I come home, I'm going to be blacker than Wesley Snipes, guys, because it's that hot outside and he's outside in the heat. I said, listen here, I don't care. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this because I don't lie to y'all. I always tell y'all the truth. I am a dark-skinned woman. I love my color. But when it comes to my men's, like when I'm looking at men, I like them light yellow. I just do. It's what I prefer. My husband was lighter when we first met. He's gotten caramel as we, in the years because he stays outside. And I be trying to put them hats on him and sun visors and stuff so the sun don't make him black. It's not my fault I'm like this. My mom was like this. She was color struck. I ain't scared to tell y'all that. She liked her men light too. My sister was completely different. She used to like her men dark. But guess what? She winds up marrying a yellow fella. So I don't know. But anyway, it's just what I prefer. I'm not saying nothing against my dark skin Negroes. I love y'all too. I think y'all is fine too. But when it comes to my preference, I like them yellow. It's just how I am. Okay. If God wanted me to fall in love with a light skinned man, then he would have let me. No problem. But fortunately, he gave me what I like. So my husband, he started making jokes because I was talking to him. I knew he needed that. He needed to hear my voice. And thank God I was available to talk to him. I said, babe, don't worry. It's okay. I'ma still love you if you get blacker than Wesley Snipes, because he outside in the heat. No hat on. He got a baldy, guys. So he said he is sweating like just terribly. And I said, well, babe, because I usually pack him a cooler with like all his lunch and his sodas and waters. I pack good lunch for him. And this was one of the days I did it because I knew he had an early day today and it was going to be hot. So I put him like 6 waters in the cooler and they were frozen. I usually put them in the freezer overnight and let them get frozen, and he puts them in the cooler and he's able to drink them really cold. So he said, I got my water. I'm going to stay hydrated because I'm always concerned like he's in and out of the truck. And, he's doing a man's job, so it gets hot. He said, no, babe. He said, I got the water. I'm putting it on my head, if anything, because he's so hot. But I told them, why don't you go back inside the facility you delivered for? They know him. They don't care if he do that. But he said, nah. He said, I I'm going in and out because he's waiting for the guy with the truck. And he said where they deliver it, they have bad phone service. So like sometimes he don't have service. So he said he just back and forth, like waiting for the new truck to come. I said, let me tell you something. God's so good to us, babe. I said, you live to see another day. You know, you out of that situation. I said, I know you waiting for the truck, but it's all good. God did his thing today. So thank you, Jesus, for keeping my husband safe. Thank you, Jesus, for always keeping my family safe. I so appreciate it. Guys, I wanted to talk about this because I feel like God is so underrated. He's underrated. We need to be thanking him when things like this happen. You know what I'm saying? Thank Jesus when you get out of situations that you just don't, you keep saying, I don't know how I got out of this situation. I don't know what made me take a left turn and I was supposed to take a right. I don't know why I missed my plane today. I don't know why I missed my bus today. I don't know why this happened or that happened. It's because of Jesus. Start saying that. God, thank you. It's because of him. You never know what could have happened if you got on the plane. You don't know what could have happened if you made a right turn instead of, going left. It could have been a drunk driver that was going to crash into you, but God stopped that because it's not your time. Okay? People are not here with us today because it was their time to go. I know it sounds harsh, but it's just the truth. Little children passing away, and we don't understand why, because God took them back home. God has something else in store for these children. These sick children that just are passing away, and you don't know why God would take your son or your daughter. You don't want to hear it at that point. I understand that. I wouldn't want to hear it neither. But I know if I outlive my child and he go before me, God has something greater for him than on this earth. And I truly believe that. And y'all know that I told you just a couple days ago, and I say it to put in all the time. If anything happens to my child, I am of no use on this earth anymore. I'm of no use. I feel like I wouldn't be able to function or do anything. It's just what I feel. So, guys, have you ever walked away from a similar situation or a death situation and you don't know how that happened? Did you ever say, how did I get out of this situation? Did you ever say that and then you realize that it was God because you a believer? I'm not talking about the non-believers. Let me tell you why I'm not talking about the non-believers. Because there's no non-believers on my channel. Everybody that's on this side, I prayed for to come to my channel. Like I say, I only want good people. If you're not a good person, you're not on my channel because you don't understand how this channel runs. If you on my channel, and Kenyatta is a round the way girl that loves Jesus. She gonna talk about Jesus. She gonna talk about her God, our God. She's gonna tell you what we need to do to get to heaven. She's gonna share stories with you that God have taken her out of. You're not over here. But if you over here and I'm calling you my peoples, you really my peoples. It's real on this side. It's people on this side that believe in Jesus, that believe that Jesus is in control of all things. If you don't believe that, you're not over here. So that's why I say, have you ever experienced this, guys? And you know that God has taken you out of this situation. Drop comments. I want to hear what God has taken you out of, what he has blessed you with, that taken you out of a situation that was not for you. It wasn't meant for you. God has removed you from a death situation. Please comment, Make sure you like and subscribe. I want to hear it. More good people subscribe. Guys, my good people, tell a friend that you know is a good person to come on Kenyatta's channel. We thank Jesus over here. We praise Jesus over here, but we have fun over here too. Your girl is around the way girl, so I'm still gonna talk my stuff. I'm still gonna talk my stuff. That don't make me no less in love with God, because I'm talking my stuff. God know my character. He gave it to me. And if you a true believer of God, God does all things. He makes all people. This is my makeup. This is how God made me. This is how I'm supposed to be. So guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And once again, thank you, Jesus, for taking my husband out of what could have been a terrible ordeal today. Thank you. And if he gets a little blacker, it's okay. I'm going to love his big head anyway. Guys, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Peace out. It's your girl, Kenyatta, simple around the way girl that loves Jesus.